What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another 2022 travel video recap. Alright, so in the last recap, we talked about our visit to Benue State and the things we learned and things we saw. From Benue State, we actually moved to Cross River State, which is what we're going to be talking about today. So we visited Cross River State in 2022, and we went straight to a place called the Drill Ranch. That's where they train drills. Drills are special monkeys that are found just here in Cross River State, Nigeria, as well as in Equatorial Guinea. All right, so they train those drills, those special monkeys there, and also is a kind of a resort where they have like a 6 cabin. People can come and sleep and spend their time. Now, one of the things with this Drill Ranch resort is that the place is very, very remote, and I really liked it because it's something that is totally off grid. There are no electricity there, there are no internet services there, there are no telephone services there. So once you're there, you can't even make a call, and you don't even have access to electricity. So it's totally remote. So in case you plan to visit, you can check it out. All right, so we already did the videos about it, and in case you didn't watch the video, you can actually check out the description because all the links are there. All right, so one thing I really like about this Drill Ranch is that, if you really want to stay off grade, if you really want to clear your head and visit a place that'll be void of distraction, not pressing your phone because there's no internet, this is one of those places because you're just totally just with nature. All right, one thing is I also get a chance to see drills as well as chimpanzees, especially if you have not seen them before. So one thing I must really tell you is that this drill resort is kind of scary. It is scary because, like I said, there are no internet services, there are no telephone services, there is no light, electricity, so it's totally remote. And then your own cabin where you have to stay, basically the door doesn't even have a lock. So, and you're sleeping there with no light, surrounded by this thick, rainforest. So if you're someone that is kind of fearful, if someone that watch a lot of scary movie, a lot of thoughts are going to play in your mind throughout the night. But I mean, if you want to have a really different experience, it's some place that I totally recommend that you visit. All right, so I slept there, had a good time there. If you haven't seen the video, you can check the description, you can watch the video. It's really one of the best places to really have the best adventure in Nigeria. All right, so you can check it out. And then the bedroom is in the forest there are no coverages, so you're totally practically bedding outside. And also they have this pit toilet which they call eco toilet. Okay, so that place is one place that I actually, if I'm going to ever do a kind of a group curated tour in Nigeria, it's one place I'm going to take people to actually visit, especially those people that like adventure, not just stories that want to go to good places. If you really like adventure, it's one place that I really think someone should visit. And while I was there, I also heard that there's a particular person that actually goes to the Afi Mountains to camp. So if I ever get a chance to visit there again, I probably might also have to go to the Afi Mountains to camp, just with my tent and all of that, probably with someone else, so that I don't just go there alone. But if nobody's available to go, I can always go alone. I camp right there. It's a beautiful experience. I'm telling you, it's an experience that I'm not going to forget in a hurry, and you can't just it's one of those experiences you really need to have in life, to be honest, especially if you like adventure. So from Drill Ranch, I went to Ula to do an investigative documentary on wood logging. So Cross River State is one of the states in Nigeria that still have a very huge amount of rainforest in Nigeria. But unfortunately, most of these trees that have existed in Cross River State for thousands and millions of years are being chopped down recklessly and used for wood logging. And it's unfortunate because it seems like almost everyone is involved in that business. When I say everyone, I mean from outsiders, foreigners, the Chinese, to government officials, to the locals that live there, just doing this business, chopping down these woods and all of that. So I kind of try to do a documentary, investigative documentary, to really find out how they do these things and why they do this and all of that. That video is a video that most of you did not watch, so I would recommend that you check the description and you can watch the video. You can see how they're chopping down these woods, and it's really pathetic, but I mean, that's the situation we have in Nigeria. Hopefully we'll have a government, especially a state government, that will take this thing serious to preserve this forest so that it doesn't get destroyed, because in destroying the forest, beside the climate change issue, I mean, also the animals and all of that, the habitat have been destroyed. And of course, one way to can really fix that is, I mean, if the government provides jobs for people, I mean, people can always have alternatives, and then be able to move away from destroying the forest. Okay, so those are like the two major places that I visited in Cross River State this time in 2022. However, I have actually been to Cross River State in 2021, where I visited Obudu Mountain Resort, and I did a full documentary on Obudu Mountain Resort. So I'm also going to link the video on the description. You can check it out. Obudu Mountain Resort is one of the most beautiful resorts that we have in Nigeria that you should visit. One beautiful thing about Obudu Mountain Resort is just the weather. The weather there is absolutely beautiful and fantastic, and the most beautiful thing about the weather is that the weather can change every seconds, or every minute it can change, and you can have 3 different weathers in one particular place. So for instance, while you're looking at your right hand side, it can just be foggy, and when you turn to your left hand side, you realize that it is totally clear and it's sunny. Whereas if you look at your front, it could be raining. So it could be raining at your front, there's sun at your left hand side, and at your right hand side there's foggy. And anybody that's been to Obudu, especially during the rainy season, will confirm what I'm saying. The weather changes almost every time, and you can have 3 different weather conditions at the same time. So the weather in Obudu Mountain Resort is really, really beautiful, and it's something that you need to experience. So from moving down from the road, the mountain climb to the top of the Obudu, and carrying out all the activities that they have there. They have canopy walk, they have waterfall, they have horse ride, they have the cable car, which is really not functioning at this moment, but I'm sure when a new government take over, probably they're going to fix that. They have cable cars, and so many other fun things you can do there. So you can actually lodge there, sleep there, and then have those fun and all of that. So one of the best places to really have a retreat, if you intend to visit any resort in Nigeria, is someplace I totally recommend. And beside the Obudu Mountain Resort in Cross River State as well, I visited a community in Cross River State where they have this dual language in the family. So that basically, like, men and women in the same family speak different language even though they're from the same family. So for instance, if this is a key, and in English this is key, whether you're a guy or you're a lady, you still have to call this a key. But in this community, men will actually call this key a different word, while women will also call it a different word, and yet they will still understand themselves. So that's how they speak in that community. I mean, everything, communication, their language is different, but they still understand each other, and they're from the same family. Very incredible, very incredible. I also put the link to that video there, and you can also check it out. So that's like the 4 different places I've checked out in Cross River State, which I really, really enjoyed. The Drill Ranch, the investigative documentary did about the wood logging, and then the Obudu Mountain Resort, and this community that speak a dual language. All right, so if you want to watch this video, check the description. But beside that, also we got a chance to tour the state capital, which is Calabar, to move around the state capital, see the state capital, what it has to offer. So when it comes to tourism and things to experience and see and culture, Cross River is one state that really has a lot that needs to be documented, and hopefully in 2023, this year, we'll be able to probably visit again and document a whole lot more, so you guys can see what is coming out from that community. So those of you probably have been hearing like CBD, like African writing words, that was used in the Wakanda movie and all of that. So that CBD actually originated from Cross River State. So I mean, these are some of the things we're going to document for this year. Hopefully, if we get a chance to visit Cross River this year. All right, so that's it on Cross River. So from Cross River State, we move straight down to Ebonyi State and documented Ebonyi State as well. But I'll be talking about Ebonyi State in another video. So for this video, it's just doing a quick recap of what we saw in Cross River State. So before I end this video, I must say that Cross River State also is very safe, and if you plan or intend to visit Cross River State, please do, because you totally will enjoy the place. So I have series of videos about Cross River. You can actually check them all out. So there's a whole lot more documentary that will be coming up in 2023 this year, God willing. So we'll be traveling to more states in Nigeria. All right. Okay, so last year I spent a lot of my time traveling to the eastern part of Nigeria, trying to document a whole lot. So but this year I might actually have to travel to other parts, not just the eastern part of Nigeria, and if possible travel to other African countries as well. All right, so I don't really have much of a time because I work and as well run a YouTube channel, so I have to actually use my leave, holidays, and the free time I have to travel and create this content. So I have to make the best use of it. So if you have somewhere that you really think is important, that's adventurous, that you want us to cover, so please let me know in the comment section. Those of you who have already recommended, some of you have said Taraba, Kimbu, some of you have said other places, Ibadan and all of that, Lagos. All right, so we'll see what we can do, how we can add all of this in our bucket list to cover for 2023. Okay, so that's it on this video. Thank you so much for watching. It's just a quick recap. If you want to watch the videos, if you didn't watch them, please check the description and watch them, and let me know what your thoughts is for 2023, what you would like to see when it comes to adventure. Thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys on the very next one.